Hey guys, welcome back. It's part 6 of X4 Foundations. Um, I uh, I was scanning um, like, stations. I've scanned these stations up there. I scanned that one. I haven't scanned that one or this one. But what happened was I used my long range scan and it had a purple ping out here. So I came out here and there is this here is a data vault. Okay, this is one of the things that is new to this X4, and they kind of mentioned it, or at least I remember seeing some video of someone in an EVA in their suit trying to go to a station. And I think they said like a one-liner or something, like even explore, like you have to explore in your suit or something like that. But anyways, I found one of these. It's like a derelict station, um, and you can get stuff. I'm not sure exactly what stuff. I'm guessing maybe blueprints. Um, but I wanted to get this on video. Here's the derelict station or the data vault. Okay, and you see there's kind of two main things here. My ship's over there. I'm in my EVA. Um, now I have been kind of flying around this thing looking for like maybe a broken door or something, and that's not how you do it. I so I had to Google it. I couldn't figure it out, and this is what you need to do. There's these screens where it says pressure leak detected. Use your repair laser, and now it says status okay. Now the thing is they're supposed to either open doors or panels to something else. So now let's I'm going to go around this thing and try to find something. Oh wait, maybe that was it. Is that what opened up? Maybe that's the door. Okay, that would make it a lot easier. A lot easier. Yes, that's the door. Okay, so now there's another panel. So let me get to it here. Okay, status okay. I think. Ooh. Okay. Cool. 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 So let me see what else here. That door opened up, definitely. So let me go over here. This is pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's time consuming, a little time consuming, but kind of excited to see what you get. But it is, I think it's cool though. It really is cool. And also, like in the last video, um, the way to capture ships, I really do think it's cool. I mean, it's really they I know in X Rebirth they talked about they tried the like the drone thing, trying to get in the stations and sabotage and stuff. The problem was it wasn't fully fleshed out, and it wasn't. I don't know. I never ended up really doing it, but they basically trying to make it feel like a bigger universe and not just in your ship, but doing things outside on your suit, which is pretty cool. Um, but so far, I really do. This is I'm excited about this. I like this, even though it's just because you're in your EVA, your your spacesuit, and it feels more like a spacesuit. Like X3, you were flying pretty much like a ship. Um, but this, I like the feel of this, and I also like this whole concept here with the derelict stations. All right, so that's that. See, I thought that was already open. That was already open. So I see doors down here though. Now with this suit, for me anyway, you don't want to get into moving multiple axes at the same time. Just try to stay in a straight line, because there's not. You are in a suit, and it feels more realistic, like in space. So you have like momentum. Let's see here. You can hear the radio, the static there. I think that door on the far side also opened, but before this last one here. Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Ooh, there's even something there. Can't use the magnet. Let me get this thing first. Alright, decrypting data. New entry added. A timeline. Data.
I see you have made quite the discovery. I am always in the search of knowledge. I have added a secondary task to your mission interface.
Unlock 28 data vaults. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. I bet you I have to get in my ship before I can get that. Alright, that makes sense. I want to see what's in this other door, too. And I can't forget to get that box. Huh, so it's more like a... not a story chain necessarily, but, you know... I thought you got data from each individual one, so you really have a data vault. 28. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see exactly what they'll end up giving me. Maybe it's something like the SATA or teleporter. I'm guessing it's something important. This just keeps opening up more doors. More doors, more doors. Oh, it's not okay. Another box to give the ship. Cool. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to my ship. Well, let me grab this loot just so you guys see what the loot is. See if it's worth it, or if it's just common stuff, or if it's kind of unique. All right. So let me get back in my chair. Yeah, it's definitely different than the suit. I'm just gotta get used to this again. Wait. What? No way. What the heck? Alright. Gravy. That means I'm supposed to be in my suit. Oh my gosh. So you can't use O on these, which is odd. Should be. Click on it. container. Hold O. Nothing happens. So what the heck? Container. Security bypass system. Security slicer. Wow, that's $500,000 of stuff in here. How do you open it? How do you... I know. I bet you, because when you pick up things in space, you just run into it. Maybe I didn't just. I gotta just run into it. That's it. That's it. Wow. $250,000 credits. Woo! Shit. Yeah, where's that other box at? Oh, and sorry, the language. Let's see here. That other box. That other box was over there. Wow, $250,000 credits along with that other stuff. Some of it's illegal though. See, if I had some positive rep, like if I was on the positive side, I would risk it, because if I got caught, you know, I'd still be positive. I would lose some. But it would be positive. And being that, you know, I haven't developed a positive rep yet, I can't take the risk and get in the negative side. Because you do not want to get in the like with X Games, you never want to get on the negative side with someone. Nice. So let's see here. It's also a bunch of stuff too. And I got 334,000. Now I got 629,000. Wow. That really helped the my wallet here, obviously, because a Discover, which, you know, it's a very, very small fighter, but it's a ship. One of those was only like, well, I guess with all the depending on your upgrades and stuff, was probably close to maybe 200,000. So just to put it in perspective, how much money that was, over 500,000 credits, maybe 600,000 credits I got in total. No, it wasn't 600, but it was over 500,000, which that really helps the cause. That really helps the cause. So now I'm going to scan those last few stations, and I really, now that I've got some credits, I want to try to upgrade software. I do still need that pilot for that other Discoverer. So, but now we got credits to do it. So cool, man. Those things are definitely worth it if you find those. Definitely worth it. I like that. I like this. I like they added this. I mean, not just because of the rewards, which was awesome, but because really just playing it, you know. Like I said, like you saw, I mean, it takes a little time, but it's fun. I think it's fun. It is fun. It's not. It's not. Doesn't feel tedious or grinding. At least this is just the first one, but it feels fun. You know, just relaxed, just kind of floating in space. But definitely those rewards. Yeah, that is nice. All right, guys. I'll be back here. Okay. Well, I hired a pilot, and it seems like with the crew, um, like in previous, like in X Rebirth, you would hire a pilot, you would hire an engineer, you would hire whatever. Um, in this game, it seems like you just hire people, and then you can assign them to a role, and they probably just improve just by doing stuff, is what it seems like. So I just hired a person, assigned him as a captain to that Discover, um, and I told him. Let's see here. If I go information on his behaviors, I told him his default behavior just to dock and wait. So he's docked there, and he's just going to wait. Because also, if I go to information, well, here's the pilot. I don't know. Yeah, there he is. You can see he doesn't have any skills. So I don't know. I checked out a couple different people, and it seemed like they didn't have any stars. So I don't know if they all start this way, or you can hire people that have some stars. I don't know. The station I was at though was just like a factory. I wonder if you go to like shipyards and stuff, if there's actually better pilots or people that's better at piloting. But if you see boarding, that's obviously for Marines, engineering's for crew, management's for stations, morale's for everyone, and piloting is to fly. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Um, but you can see here on the side, if I had some crew, service crew, there's an apprentice. I don't, and then it says able crewman and then specialist. I'm not totally sure what that means. And then Marines, you got your recruit, veteran, and elite. I'm guessing. Let's see, recruit, veteran, elite. So I'm guessing apprentice. Like if you had a service crew member, he would start off as an apprentice, or maybe even nothing, and then get up to apprentice. It looks like these are the levels. So the longer you keep the people, of course, the more they do the same role, the better they get at it, and the more higher level they can be. So that's pretty cool. If I go though to loadout, yeah, right here, it's already here. If I go to engines, it's got combat engines MK2, which those are, I think, decent. At least they're MK2s. Thrusters, all around thrusters MK3, which seems pretty decent. And software, it's actually got a better it's got a docking computer MK2, which you basically just select dock with the station and you autopilot there. Flight assist software MK1, long range scanner software MK2, police scanner, and targeting computer extension MK1. So really, there's no modifications. It's got better software than I've got on my ship. However, though, I don't think, if you go to weapon configuration, like, there's no weapons on there though. It has no weapons. It does have one laser tower. It's got 8 mines. It's got 13 satellites, 7 nav beacons, and 6 probes. So that wasn't bad capturing that ship. It doesn't have weapons, and it probably doesn't have shields either. Actually, let's see if it shield. Yeah, it doesn't have shields yet either. Because I destroyed those obviously by attacking it. So what I'm going to do though is I want to keep him there. I'm going to keep him docked there until I can find an equipment dock. Now, with the map, I've got a little bit more explored. However, like these are pretty big. I mean, just one of these hexagons within a sector, it's pretty big. Because now, of course, I scanned all these stations too. They're all the modules, so they're all completely done. And what I was doing is I wasn't doing the like welding sparks type of hacking things, because those seem to be missions. But the more solid round red light, like a beacon type deal, I did those as I found them. So because I got some blueprints and stuff like that. And now another thing too is, it seems like it's pretty easy. Like when you're going around stations and you see criminals like this guy, just go ahead. They're easily defeatable. Just defeat them, because if I go to my player information factions, just by doing those criminals as I've seen them, just blowing them up, has raised me up to 9 on Talati, which is good. Because I think if you read these licenses, like capital equipment license, capital ship license, shareholder, director, military equipment license, military ship, intermediate modules, advanced modules, Free Traders Association, and trade offer subscription. So trade offer subscription, if you see that, it's like, I'm not sure if you buy any of these licenses or if they all come with higher reputation. It seems it's just laid out differently. Like with X3, you would have relation levels, and there was actually names for each level and kind of like a number. You can number them as far as positive and negative levels. But it seems like in X4 they didn't hide it, where you just kind of wiki a list of the names. They got it all here, so that's what it seems like anyway. Because like if I go to Scale Plate Pact, I'm -5 with them. I've only got this general use equipment license. I don't have anything else. But with Zero, like Ministry of Finance, I've got that same thing, the equipment license, but I've also got general use ship license and basic module license. Now if I go to this Scale Plate Pact, I'm 0 with everyone else right now, because these are Talati stations that I've been killing the criminals on. So I've been gaining with Talati Company, but the ones I'm killing is these guys. So if I go to Encyclopedia, though, Scale Plate Pact, if I go to factions, Scale Plate Pact, their police authority is unknown, their HQ is unknown. If you see allies is none, but enemies, actually Xenon, Argon, Paranid, and Talati here, Ministry of Finance. So obviously these are like pirates. So it's kind of cool that everyone's got their own kind of faction names. I really like the way they did this. I love the way they did this. And if I also go to like I think this Free League, their enemies are only Xenon, their allies are no one, but police authority is unknown and HQ is unknown. So I don't want to mess with them just because they don't have any enemies. Like with Scale Plate, though, they've got the main races are their enemies, so those guys I'm not worried about. I'm going to be negative with them, because it's kind of like the X3 when I said you kind of want to decide what races you want to be friends with and which ones you want to be enemies with, because you increase your reputation, or one thing that you can use to increase your reputation with the ones that you want to be friendly with is to sacrifice and kill the ones you don't care about. So obviously these are the ones I don't really care about. Yeah, so that's where we're at now. This map, though, these sectors are really big. They really are big, because I've been playing for a few hours and that's all I've really explored. There's also, just like in X Rebirth, there's because I'll show you here in a second a little trick, like with the different modes. Like you can go in travel mode, you can be traveling like 2,000 meters per second, quickly switch to your long range scanner, go ahead and ping it, and then switch back to travel, and you're still going like 1,000 or something like that. So you can loop them together as you're traveling and exploring to speed things up. That's pretty cool. That's really pretty cool. And I'll show that. But still, so I was getting a little faster as I was learning these little tricks. But still, man, these are big. These are really big. But I want to find an equipment dock because I really want to try to, because I got some money. I've got, if you go to player, go to Empire. Yep, Empire. I've got 630,000 credits, so I think that'll be enough to at least get some software. Make sure I get some basic software because I haven't done anything with upgrading my ship yet. And software is important. And I want to, since the encyclopedia, let's see here. If I go to equipment and if I go to software, I mean, I guess I have learned a little bit more. Trading computer extension, targeting. Let's see, please scanner, long range, flight assist. I don't know. I just want to make sure I get good software because those make things a lot easier. Like the docking software, instead of manually dock every time, I can just tell the station or request dock, and then I just automatically get there. Stuff like that. So I definitely want to try to upgrade software here because I'm more concerned about efficiency, quickness, ease of doing things, the basic stuff, and then you know, and then try to get in the training, try to get a system going with making money before I'm really concerned about building up military strength first. Because the way I play these, anyways, if you watched any of the videos of the X3 Star Wars Reborn mod series, the way I see it is have an economic base. Bringing in money and credits to support a military. You know what I mean? Because if you can try to get some continuous credit flow coming in without having to do stuff, that's a big step of the evolution of the Empire, as I put it in the last series. When I started those Universal Traders, that's where I want to go. I want to start getting that stuff going. There's mobile mining. So with mining ships, there's trading when I can get some bigger trading ships. But I'm going to need to, kind of build up to that real quick before I can start getting that stuff going. Now another thing is you can always, like when you capture a ship, like I could sell this right now. I think I can sell it for like 100,000, but I'm going to end up buying ships anyway. So in general with just X Games, I like when I capture a ship, unless I really need the credits for something, like I have a plan, a goal, and I just need it, and I don't want to try to earn more credits. I'd sell them, but most of the time I try to keep them because it costs. Uh-oh, what the heck is that shit? Oh, it's underneath it. Because you sell it for less than you buy them for, basically. So so I try not to lose money by doing that, because if I can sell it now, get some money, but then as I grow and get a little bit bigger, I'm going to want escort ships. I'm going to be buying it again, so eventually I just lose money. I might as well just keep it. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at and everything, the plan, kind of where I want to go, some of the things I've seen and learned. That's pretty cool. What is that? High-tech freighter. High-tech freighter. That's definitely Paranid. It's got to be Paranid. That looks like a Paranid ship. That's cool. Okay. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up here. I'm going to use a highway for the first time, so we'll see how that goes here. Yeah. Oh, of course, that's my station. I'm still going to need to build a dock, but like again, I want to try to. I don't want to get too far ahead. I don't want to get into constructing that yet until I want to at least explore this kind of sector and find an equipment dock. More importantly, but since now, like when I travel, let's say if I go into travel mode here, and you see me increasing speed, but as you're traveling, if you quickly go to 3, hold R, go back to travel. You can scan as you're going. Well, if I was going faster, I would still have more speed. But so you kind of go back and forth, but you don't need. It's quicker to explore the space because it feels like huge open space more than any other X game. As far as it makes sense, things are kind of like random, but not random. It's not like it's all in the center, all in the same spot. And there's really traveling to get to things in this sector. It really is. I like the feel of it. Definitely, I really like the feel of it. Because you have to, it takes time to fly and stuff like that. But so far, yeah, I'm really liking this game. I highly recommend it for anyone who has patience, who likes very deep games. And like the thing about X games, there's kind of like games within games, I would like to think of it. Like, for instance, right now, the game for me right now is to explore, to scan, to hack, that type of deal, and finding like those data vaults. Man, I love those data vaults. That's really cool. So that's kind of like the game right now until I kind of know where stations are. I'll be able to see like trade things. I build some relationship up because on the relationships tab, one of the licenses things is being able to have updated prices. So that will definitely be helpful. So yeah, and then once that happens, then I can start my trading, like Empire, having NPC ships, and then you start with military once you have like an economic power going. So then you can just invade, have fun, like blowing things up. So as far as like in general, it's kind of like phases of the game, but it changes what you do. It's so deep, so you gotta have patience because there's always a high learning curve, but it's because it's so deep of a game, which once you master it, it's fun. It's fun. So this is the first time I've used the highway. Ooh, wow. That's really nice. You don't have to travel the highway, it just takes you through it, which is nice. That is really nice. And then you kind of use the speed to keep your momentum going. That's nice. I like that. I really, really like that. That's good. I hated traveling within the highways. Like, that was just not fun. So good job, Eaglesoft. Good job. I like this. I like this. I like this. That's definitely nice. Okay. So now that I'm here, let me just check the map real quick here. Now, wait a second. There I am. Okay, I was going to say I'm not still down there. Okay, no, there I am. So I'm going to just kind of explore. Like, I'm going to scan these stations, and what I've been doing is, like, I'll do a long-range pulse scan out there, and then when you find question marks, target that, head out there, and as you're heading out there, then long-range scan. And so that's rinse and repeat. That's what I did down here anyway. Basically scanned this, and then my pulse found these, and then so I went over there, and then I just went back, so to kind of get rid of that fog around in the middle. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to keep doing this until I find an equipment dock, and then once I get an equipment dock, then I'm going to start recording again and showing, like, you know, we'll see like what equipment there is, software, upgrades, maybe on the ship, modifications. I don't know how this modification thing works. Modifications or weapons. I don't. We'll see. One quick thing too is your player inventory. I don't see a limit as far as units or weight or anything like that, which is nice. But I just wanted to show this off because as I blow up criminal ships or finding stuff, I've been collecting stuff. So these are obviously crafting wares. These are general wares. And then these are trade wares. Now I've dropped illegal goods, the ones that are highlighted like orange or yellowish, orangish. If they're illegal, they are worth a lot of money. I just don't know. I just don't know how to sell them yet. So, and the longer you hold on to them, the more risk you have at getting scammed by police, and which, of course, will decrease your reputation. So, until I figure out where to get rid of them to sell them, I'm dropping them because I don't want to take reputation hits at the very beginning of the game, like I said, and get in negative territory. Anyone. Besides those like pirates. So I wanted to show off what I got here. Now everything is worth 300,000. But what's nice too, one other little thing is, like, when I picked up this Argnu steak, on the information screen when I picked it, showed me I picked it up, and then it also told me like fine meal or something like that, like a recipe, and it had a percentage. So I just don't see anywhere where to kind of so I can drop it or go to the encyclopedia, but I don't see anywhere to like craft recipes yet. But at least it told me that it was part of that recipe, and that added to the completion percentage of that recipe. When I picked up this mixed fruit, that also added to that, like it was like a fine meal or something like that, and increased the percentage to it. So that's pretty cool. So at least it will tell you. I just don't know yet how to make them. So anyways, that's some stuff I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to keep on exploring here, and when I find an equipment dock, I'm going to come on back. So this I think will be the end of part 6 probably. I've been recording as I go, so I don't know exactly how much time is total, but I'll probably end part 6 here and start just a new part with the equipment dock. But thank you guys, and take care. See you next time.